Hello and welcome to the Peak Millennials podcast. I'm your host, Collins.
And I'm Natalie.
Each week, we will be delving deep into different peak millennial topics, exploring what we remember and what we want to forget, and reading some juicy stories that'll give us all a sense of deja vu. This is the age before iPhones and the social media we know it today. This is where a good mix CD, silver eyeshadow, and MTV raised us. So crack open a Jones soda, kick off your black Converse, and let's teleport into the world of the Peak Millennials. Hello. Send all your story inquiries to the Peak Millennials pod at gmail.com. You can see it in the banner below. Remember, we are running our little special where if you send in a story, a diary entry, anything of the sort, you could enter into for a chance to win an Amazon gift card. So
yeah, send us your stories. We want to hear from you. We want to know what was your cringy moments of the millennials. I could tell you mine really fast. I used to go down to our local waterfront where we grew up and take photos in random places because we just used to do that. Cool.
Yeah.
I look at those photos now and I'm like, oh my God, what is with you? What were you doing? Like, and it was full like peak outfitting of that time because I remember it was like denim mini skirts and like I was wearing at minimum 3 shirts layered on each other. And that was it. That was the thing. You will not pry my safety blanket tank top from my cold dead hands.
Listen,
I will hold it forever.
Mine always had holes on the bottom.
Oh, wait. Yeah, from pulling it down. Pulling it down even more. Yeah.
Well.
Oh, can I show you something too?
Oh,
I guess I'll show our listeners. Our music. We just keep our music on all day.
Yeah, just keep it going.
So, like, you know how like Labubu craze is a thing right now?
Yeah.
Well, I kind of fell into that, but I've really wanted one of these instead, and I do have a Labubu. I got one. I've ordered one.
You're
surprisingly
in the Labubu era.
Yes, I'm in that, but I like this one more, and I've wanted this one for a really long time, and I got myself one, and it's a skull panda. Look how cute she is.
Oh my gosh, it is so cute.
She is so cute. She has her little like dangly thing, but this is my favorite part about it. Her eyes are open, but her eyes are movable.
Oh,
so like
no.
look at this. Look at this. Derpy eyes.
Oh my God. So what I'm looking at, if you are on the video pod, I found my journals.
I love it.
This is what I used to do to my journal. See, I used to cut things out. I would take the tape off of a new CD, put it right there. This one does have a Bible verse on it. It says, "For it is God who works in you and to act according to his purpose." Why did I write this? Why did I write Philippians 2:13 on here? Why? Probably because I was battling homosexual thoughts.
Probably. You were full in that battle. You know,
May 19th. 3 months until I turn 18. Went tanning today. Got burned. Played video games with my bro. It was fun. Confession, I like rap music.
Ooh, that's a spicy confession.
I like rap music.
How many times though? How many times did you walk into a desert sun and they were like, how hot do you want the bed? And you're like, the highest setting.
Yeah.
And they're like, are you sure? Because you're ghostly pale. Like, are you sure you don't want to like the low? They're like, no, hot. Give me the hottest one. I want to walk out of there burnt.
I thought that, like, at the time, like, coming out a little bit red, a little bit crispy, so to speak, was like the Tana's working.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. And I see just orange pictures of myself from that era. And I just want to, like, sit down with 18, 19-year-old babe.
Do you want to hear something kind of funny, though?
Yeah.
That used to be a family outing.
Go on.
In my household. Saturday mornings, 9 a.m., we would all get in the car. And my older sister wasn't living with us at the time. So it was just my mom, my dad, and my younger sister and I. And we would all load up in the car. We'd be at Desert Sun, 9 a.m. on a Saturday or a Sunday, depending on what day it was. And we would my parents would be in like that the fancy tan, and then we would be in like standard beds, but we would all tan together. I think it was my senior year. We would year round, we were tanning. We'd come out like
tan. Want to
do you ever remember like your
tan
like
with you?
Okay, TMI. Did you ever get your like sunburn your nipples in a tanning?
I was too afraid to tan my boobs.
Oh, so you'd wear like a bathing suit or like your
So
bra?
I always wore a bathing suit.
Oh yeah, no. No.
I'm a freak that I wanted people to see my tan lines. What was that?
I was pretending like there was somebody that was actually going to be looking. Like, so I was like, I don't want any tan lines. No tan lines here.
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
Yeah, we would go as a full family. We would drive up to the Desert Sun. Shout out to Paulsbo Desert Sun if it's still there. Who knows? Probably not.
I don't know.
Right next to the PetSmart, I think.
Oh.
Yep. We would go right up there. We would all tan.
I would always go to the Silverdale one because there was a really hot girl that worked there, and I obviously was suppressing all of that down because you can't like girls. No. Yeah, I like rap music. That's my confession. But if this is your first time ever listening to this podcast, this is the Peak Millennial podcast.
Hello.
We are your hosts. I'm Collins. This is Natalie. We are friends from high school that weren't really in the same friend group. However, later in life, we have now realized the similarities of our lives, things that we don't ever talk about. You know what I mean? And there's nothing that I love doing more than nostalgia dumps. And we're in the middle of this reality show chat. But how was your week? Any updates? Any? What did you do?
It was
fall excursions.
I did not. But before I go into my week, I actually had one of our listeners who also went to high school with us. She reached out to me this week to let me know that she also listens. So shout out to Brianna.
Hey,
Brianna.
hello. She's here.
Well, I mean, like she'll listen, so she'll know. But she wanted to let us know that our podcast reminds her of high school during lunch or just hanging out, the randomness of our conversation, and how like back then what did it say? How back then it meant nothing and felt like everything because of our age. And now we're going back and being able to laugh and joke about how truly it meant nothing but the craziness that it felt when we were there. So I think that it's really great. And I am very thankful that she reached out and let us know that like our silly chatter and us going back and talking about all this silly stuff that we went through, we were not alone. And that in the end, like, we were all going through the same stuff, just in different places.
And we had no idea.
Yeah, we had no idea. And any of our younger listeners, like, trust, we've been there. We see you, we hear you. And that's why we're being so silly. And I'm also thankful because my entire family is outside doing yard work right now, and I am not.
How is your garden? Are you reaping the benefits of your harvest?
Did I show you? Okay, so my
you
week
posted about your tomatoes.
Yes, my tomatoes. So for our listeners that don't follow me on any social media platform, I in fact grew way too many tomatoes, and if you don't, you should, because I am hilarious and so is Colin. So like follow us. We're funny. But my garden is moving into fall and winter, and I don't really plant anything in the fall or winter time except for garlic. So that's going to be my next
garlic
next thing.
Is this the time to okay.
Yeah. So you plant garlic before the first frost. Our podcast is not for this, but but you plant garlic in before the first frost because it has something called cold stratification. So it needs to be in the cold to like develop the cloves of garlic, essentially.
Okay.
So I plant it usually, it's my like Halloween tradition. So I will plant it a couple of days before Halloween or just right after Halloween. I'll probably try and get it done before Halloween. It just depends on when our first frost is. But this will be my 3rd year growing garlic. And I really enjoy it. It's a fun freaking thing to grow. Because it's like you plant it and then you don't think about it until July.
You don't have to do anything, nothing?
I fertilize it and I water it a little bit, but like not really.
Wild.
Week-wise, it was pretty all right. We kind of are getting back into our like normal routine. And my cat is in my business today.
As you heard, our pets are reigning our lives right now, as I just had to take out some treats to feed these beasts.
That's too funny. No, it was pretty uneventful. What about you? I haven't really done any fall things yet. We're gonna do some stuff next week, and I think we might have podcast meetup.
I was about to say I might invite myself over. So drop
my microphone.
So fall wise, I went to a wedding yesterday, so that's why I have these designer eye bags today.
Beautiful.
I danced for hours.
I love dancing.
How did I go to the clubs? How did I do dancing at dances for hours upon hours upon? I would get through like a Britney song and I'd be like, okay, I'm not in the best shape, but like I take my dogs for a walk. I work out 3 days a week. Like
I actually miss it. I miss going dancing. That was one of my favorite things to do.
And now I have no business being there because when I go, it's all of music I don't know. It's obviously way too late. They start at 9 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I loved going dancing before I had my youngest. And now I'm like, is it 9 p.m. already? Time to go to bed.
It's time to go to bed. It's time to put the lotions on. Time to put my mouth guards in.
To be fair, if someone invited me to go dancing, I would totally go. But everybody that I know is in like their grown-up era, and going out is not a thing. And I think that, which I think is okay, I think that going out is more casual than it was when we were in the club. Because like when we went to the club, it was like high heels, bandage dresses, like everybody got like super, super dressy. And I was like, nay, 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 nay. I wear jeans and sneakers to a club because like I have no business drinking anything and wearing heels.
I mean, let's be fair. We were wearing like what is it? Semi-formal, not semi-formal.
Yeah.
Business casual.
Yes. There was so much business casual. I was never like, I hated being fancy. The only time I ever remember wearing heels to a club was on my bachelorette party. That was the only time because I was like, these heels are so beautiful. But I hated wearing heels because I like to dance and I was always concerned that I was going to break my legs.
Well, I'm over here being almost 6 feet tall, wearing 4 to 5 inch platform heels because platforms are the only thing that I could stand the night in, especially those cork wedges. Oh, loved those guys. And I'm sitting here in these giant shoes going, why won't any men want to dance with me?
Hello, sir.
Yeah. And it was always like the older men that would like be grinding up on me and they'd be 5'2", 5'3", and I'm like, okay, you could look at my stomach, that's fine.
I love a short king though.
It's not my best feature, but you can gyrate on me, that's fine.
I love a short king. I love a short king.
I married mine, so
yeah.
I did, but
my brain is taller than me.
I'm not tall. That segues right into the most perfect reality show because this week we are talking about reality shows. Yes. The Jersey Shore. Oh, the Jersey Shore, for those who don't know, it was a reality television show that ran on MTV from 2009 to 2012. That's it. That's the original. They got multiple seasons. It took place in Seaside Heights, New Jersey. This is around the time that I moved to New Jersey. Okay. My college roommate, I don't know if I've ever told you this. My college roommate married the cop who arrested Snooki.
No, nuh-uh.
Yeah. And every time that I would go hang out with Kayla, we would go to all of those clubs that they were all at.
Did you really?
I wanted some Guido action. But for those who don't know, these are a bunch of roommates living in a shore house. They are from Italian heritage. They're obsessed with clubbing, drinking, partying. They controversially use the terms Guido and Guidette, and they want to portray what an average Italian American family is. It did perpetuate stereotypes. There was a lot of homophobia in there. There was a lot of fat phobia in it. And the locals hated them because it brought in additional traffic to otherwise peaceful ocean town in New Jersey because everyone goes to the shore. Because down the Jersey Shore, you basically go across this bridge and then you're in the seaside area. But the best part about this show is that while many people have made fun of the show, it is a cult classic.
Oh, it's my all-time favorite show. It's like reality show. Let me be clear. It is my absolute favorite reality TV show that has been put out because it has it all. It has maybe not challenges because like I'm not a big like challenge kind of gal, but like it's got drama. It's got like a fairly decent storyline. They went and traveled around. Like they make food, like they have like family dinner night. They go like clubbing. There's like there's drama. Did I mention there's some crazy drama?
insane drama. Absolutely.
The moment, and like I watched this show from like when MTV like dropped the trailer or whatever. They're like, we're coming out with this new show, and then the first episode, and you watch like JWoww introduce herself, Jenny JWoww, and she comes out and she's wearing like no shirt, big giant fake boobs, like really aggressive like extensions with like teased hair. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then you see Mike the Situation, and he's like, people call me the Situation, blah 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 blah. And you're like, do people really call you that? And then you saw like Pauly D and his hair.
Helmet hair.
His hair was just like, it was insane. And then there was Ron, Sammy Sweetheart, and Snooki. Then you saw Snooki, and she's like, "Party's here," and you're just like, "Oh my gosh!" Do people,
and like, she's 4'11" and a blast and a half. Yeah, the poof that said it all. Everybody had the poof. Everybody took their bangs, clipped them back. I loved a poof. Maybe I should have brought the poof back. I don't know.
I loved a poof. I have to correct myself, because sometimes like I'll bring it back and I was like, oh no, girl, you don't need that. Don't do that. Don't do it.
But can I tell you, on third day hair, it was the best.
Oh, it was so good.
It was like, I have dirty hair. So you would just take your hair back. This is for our audio listeners. I'm so sorry. But you would take your hair back, right? Expose your full forehead. You would do a little twist. And you just push it forward.
Yeah.
Right? And that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Look what I'm doing to myself.
Oh, all right. I need to move my cat.
Go away. But it was the style. And like, they wore these boob tops. Like, everything was like a boob top. Everything like pushed the girls up. Everything was small with like leather leggings and then wedge heels.
High heels.
Yeah. And it was a phenomenon. So I got the numbers for you. Your debut episode only had the debut episode only had a casual 1.38 million viewers.
Mm-hmm.
However,
I was one of them.
The finale had 4.83. This is the lowest viewed season.
Mm-hmm.
Because season 2 started at a 5. This is when they went to, I think they went to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Their second season.
Oh, season Miami.
3, yeah, Miami, and they worked at the ice cream shop. And that's where you're going to stay, you get your ass beat. You stay, you get your ass beat. You stay, you get your ass beat.
Was it? I thought that when they worked... Oh, no. When they went to Italy, they worked in a pizza place.
In a pizzeria, correct.
That's a pizzeria. That's right. That's right.
So season 3, season 4, and season 5 averaged almost 10 million viewers each episode. And it was back in the day on MTV when it would debut, and then it would keep playing all day.
All day.
So if you didn't get home to watch the 10 p.m., I think it started at 10 p.m.,
mm-hmm.
It would play again at like midnight, right?
Yeah.
And then again at 1 a.m. And again at like, it was what ridiculousness is now, where ridiculousness just plays all the time.
Keeps going.
But it didn't stop going. And we saw these characters go through addiction,
mm-hmm.
pregnancy, stalkers, domestic violence situation. Do you remember when JWoww, her boyfriend, found out that she had cheated when
mm-hmm.
really she was just dancing with some guy in the club? So he stole all of her money out of her PayPal. She came home and had to grab her dogs, and the dogs came to the shore house.
Yeah. There was, what else was the other one? Oh, when Snooki got punched.
Oh my God. This
when
was
she
like the
got
first
punched.
time that we had ever seen, like, on reality television, someone assault someone. And now when they do the preview of it, you can't see the guy punch. Like, they black out the screen. But I remember, or maybe it's what is that phenomenon of, like, something that we think happened, but it never happened?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Mandela effect or whatever.
Mandela effect.
Yeah, but I remember her getting punched in the face, and, like, she's on the ground.
Yeah.
Punch me. And, like, everyone is, like, picking him up and, like, leaving in, like, that is so crazy. And it all started because they were ordering shots at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy took their shots that they had already paid for.
Yes.
And now that I know how much shots are, you best believe I would be getting up in a man's face.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sorry. You can have those. Pay me $50.
No. Right? That's why I was like, I love going dancing, but I do not. I don't want to.
It's why we pre-gamed so much.
Yeah, I can't afford to be buying all those drinks. No, I absolutely. Then there was after. I mean, Ronnie and Sam hooked. I mean, like, they hooked up pretty fast. Like, they got together. So if you haven't watched Jersey Shore, two of the housemates, Ronnie and Sam, sweetheart, they became a couple. They coupled up pretty quick. And they were a mess all the time. Because how they portrayed it was that Sam was just an emotional drinker. And obviously this show was fueled, and he was kind of weird when he got drunk too. But this show, like, was fueled in liquor. Like, they were drinking all day, every day. When they, the only time I feel like is when they were in the, and they drank, and they were going out dancing until, like, the wee hours of the morning. Like 2 a.m. is when the bars close. 3 a.m. I think.
Yeah,
I don't
4
know.
a.m. Really.
So crazy
that they would be, like, hanging out and, like, the sun is coming up. It is insane. There was definitely, like, alcohol abuse there. There was definitely domestic violence going on with people punching and all the things. And then we didn't find out until later that this situation had, like, a prescription drug problem and, like, other drug problems. And of course became the subject to tax evasion and went to jail for not paying his taxes. But, like, we don't know how much they were making on the show. But I've seen documentaries, and it was like after that second season, they're averaging 10 million people per episode. So much so that, like, Abercrombie and Fitch did not want the Jersey Shore people repping their clothes. So they had a lawsuit so that they would stop wearing their shirts on their shows.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, that's what this article is saying. And so they had to blur out all of their shirts. And that's why a lot of them started wearing their, like, the Shore Store stuff.
Oh. All right. So let's see. It doesn't say, like, specifically per person, but if you were to just look it up, it said, like, Pauly Shore, Jesus Christ, Natalie. Pauly D could earn, like, as much as $150K per episode in, like, the later seasons of the show. And it said they earned for the reunion, what is it? The reunion series, Jersey Shore Family Vacation. They earned $100K per episode. But things like Snooki and Pauly D, I mean, I guess if they looked at like key cast members, so I would say like Snooki, JWoww, Pauly D, Mike. I would assume just based on this that they made or they started earning 150K per episode. Like towards the end of the runs.
Of money.
But then if you're talking like Sammy only averaged anywhere between 80 and 150K per episode. Could you imagine? Like, could you imagine someone being like, "Oh, we're just gonna follow you around with some cameras, but we're gonna pay you $80,000 per episode. Please, where's the papers?
Yeah, can I
Let me
sign
that?"
And I get it. Like, they are now being subject to whatever narrative that your producers and network want to do, right?
Yeah.
Because to be honest, I don't know that like some of the things that some of the things that I would want people to have a narration of, I'm not always painted in the best light, but it is like every late night television show had some sort of thing on there. SNL, now on YouTube, people are able to have commentary and make fun of them. Yeah. They are being chased around paparazzi wise. Like, they literally made stars that had to be jolted into this. And it was really before the influencer culture where like brand deals and all these things could happen. So they're relying on not only money from MTV, but then like club appearances. And I remember Snooki took money and had a speaking engagement at a university, and people were pissed.
Yeah.
And Governor Chris Christie had a vendetta against them.
Oh my goodness.
And a lot of them like faced absolute scrutiny wherever they lived. So they had to move and buy houses in places where people couldn't follow them, or I don't know, not live in the area where they're filming. Like, that's crazy.
That's so crazy. But I also think that like they also were able to, based on this show, that like if you watch like any like interviews that they do on like when they signed up for this show was meant to be just like some junk ass piece of shit. Like it was meant to be just something that MTV was like testing and throwing together to see if it would actually like survive. And in some interviews they say like that they even like they were an exaggerated version of themselves because that's what they wanted the show to be. And so this exaggerated form of themselves turned into their whole personality. So I mean like Pauly D may have been like a version of that.
Yeah.
But he like way brought it forward because that's who he needed to be to become popularized. But also like at the same time, like they were able to have opportunities that they probably would never have gotten. Like Pauly, like I'm just gonna use Pauly D as the example because in my opinion, like he's one of the most successful. Yeah. Like he was a DJ, just like some rinky-dink DJ in Jersey, and then like boom, has become just this huge DJ personality, having Regencies in Vegas and like all of these other things. JWoww and Snooki had their own spin-off show, and they did that. They had a stint in tanning lotions, which like,
oh my gosh, I had
did you have it?
It actually smelled really good because it smelled like sweet tarts.
Oh, I wanted it so bad, but it was tanning lotion was always so expensive.
Yeah, I used it until the very last drop. But here's also the thing. No one was talking about skin cancer. No one was
No.
talking about all the things. They did make a light joke. So I actually went to Paramount Plus. By the way, all the seasons are on there, plus the Jersey Shore Family Reunion new season. They started talking about how Obama put a tax on tanning beds.
What?
And I didn't remember this, that he put like an additional tax on tanning beds and like tanning. Yeah. And of course, they're all known for being very tan.
Very tan. GTL, baby. Which is GTL, Gen Tan means, Laundry.
Yep. But it is crazy because you forget that like the stipulation for them being in this shared house was that they had to work at the Shore store.
Oh yes,
the and Shore you get store. All these people like, or if they were in Miami, they had to work at the ice cream shop, or when they were in Italy, they had to work at the pizzeria. Like they had to show up for these shifts. So not only are they partying all night, they have to get up and go to a job. And that was funny because how many times did Snooki like skip out on her job, was late to her job, arrived in her fuzzy slippers, fell asleep in the closet because she was so tired. And then you see like alcoholism come into effect where she was leaving shift to go drink.
Oh gosh, when she got arrested on the beach.
Oh my God.
When
Where's
she was
the beach? Where's the beach?
There are so many crazy things that happened in that show, and I didn't realize it either, but there are like classes and conferences across universities across the country that hold classes specifically on this show.
What?
Yeah. Because it's been listed as one of the most notable shows of all time. And like I think that is so interesting to me for being one of like a complete and utter accidental pop culture phenomenon. But if you think about it, it was a fashion turned when that show came out. There wasn't really anything that was like pop. It wasn't outside of Laguna Beach and then the hills. There wasn't any shows that showed real people, day-to-day real people, like doing things, going out, dancing, having to work a job after you've drank. How many times did you go out to a club and then had to literally wake up 4 hours later because you had a job that you had to go to? So many times. That's so it's something that like we all did during that time. I mean, like, I don't want to say we all did it, but most people did it where they were like, I'm going out for my social thing and then I have to go to my job in the morning. Like, but yeah, I love that show and I will love that show forever. So many good moments, like Snooki getting punched, them always having family dinner on Sundays, like where they either went to a restaurant or cooked their food. When Vinny's mom would show up and come and she would cook and bring all that food and you're like, man, that looks so delicious. I think the only thing that's not my favorite, and this is solely as a person who really liked Vinny for a really long time, he was seen at a political convention.
Womp womp. We're gonna go here.
Thumbs down, in my opinion.
Man, baby. Here's my problem with Vinny is that I was cheering for Vinny and Snooki to get together.
1,000%. 1,000%.
And he turned into the biggest Trumper, which, like, if you're listening to this podcast and you're a Trumper, why? Because
we're
not for you.
We're not.
I'm sorry.
Like everyone's entitled to their own political belief,
correct.
but like take your political belief outside. It's not for us.
But like when people called them on it, they were like, everything that they stand for are things that like
as an Italian family,
you should be against. And he was just very nonchalant about it. Very nonchalant about the racism going on. Very nonchalant about the sexism going on. Very nonchalant about like all the bullshit going on. And when the other castmates were asked about it, they were like, we know, we've talked to him.
Yeah.
We know. Sorry, guys.
I just have to say, we are on stolen land.
Absolutely.
We're on stolen land. So, like, for us to say, like, no, blah, 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 that's the most nonsense, hypocritical bullshit. So that's my little bit of political thing for today. But, yeah, as I that made me really sad. So I was like, boo to you, and I will still love Snooki. There was other things that happened within Jersey Shore, like Snooki was able to find her birth family. Because she was adopted. So she's not actually like Italian heritage. She's Chilean. She was adopted into an Italian family. And it was something that she was always looking for. She always felt like she was like on the outside and looking in, and she was able to find her family, which I don't think that like she probably would have been able to do without the show. But I think the show was able to give her a little bit more foothold into that. Let's see. We watched Snooki meet her husband and JWoww's first husband.
I hate how we as a audience really were intertwined with their divorce.
Yeah, I feel like that should have been their private business. There's certain things I want to be in people's business about when you're a celebrity, but like
always
divorce, birth, death, that's your business. Sometimes wedding, but like if you're opening the door, like I'm okay with that. But like when it comes to like birth, death, and divorce, like those are your personal times. You have that personal space.
Did any of them video their weddings or have it part of the
I think if there was one, it would have been Snooki, but I don't think so.
It's a shame because that would have been great money.
Yeah. Well, they're not the Duggars, my friend. They're not the Duggars. So,
but I mean,
which if we're gonna get into that, that was a show. Well, I bet we could spend a lot of time talking about the Duggars.
I've never watched 16 and counting or 18 and counting.
I had to take my glasses off for that one. Are you serious?
I'd never watched any of them. I just know about them. I know this, like the entire thing, and I never was like interested in like religious reality shows like that. Sister Wives, like
you never watched Sister Wives?
Never.
Oh. Okay. There, if you want to.
Okay, so do I have work cut out for me?
Yes. Yes. Okay, so like one, and like this kind of ties into because 19 Kids and Counting, which started as 15 Kids and Counting. Okay, so like TLC, we all know TLC. TLC started off as, it was called The Learning Channel.
Right.
And they would do you remember that they would do random like docu series on weird shit?
Yeah.
So they were the ones that they did a documentary on like the tallest man who was in like, I think at the time he was in China and he was like 8 feet tall, very tall. And then there was one that they did on the conjoined twins, the ones that were recently married. And they did a documentary on those, and then they did a documentary or a docu-series or docu-episode, whatever, on the Duggars. And the Duggars, we all know, have a million children. They're part of a Christian fundamentalist group who believes in, it's called what is it, something arrows, where it's anyway, whatever. A quiverful family. They're a quiverful family. So they believe, oh, I don't think that you understand how deep I have dived into the realm of the Duggars. I'm obsessed. Okay, so basically they live quiverful. So they don't believe in birth control. The women and girls do all of the housework. They only wear skirts or dresses. Like, so anyway, so TLC did this documentary on the Duggar family, and it was like the craziest thing because they lived in like a small little house, like a little rambler in Arkansas.
Okay.
And they were this like hyper Christian, like the mom, Michelle Duggar, had like the 80s hairdo, you know, like the poof, and she still had like the 80s perm, like she did the home perm. And the little girls, and they used to show in the really early episodes, I don't know if they do anymore, but they also would do at-home perms. So all the girls had like these at-home perms, and they all had really long hair, and she would sew all of their clothes. You can listen to now podcasts done by like Jill Duggar and Joanna, and Ginger. I think they do podcasts, and they talk about like the brand deals that they got from this like episode that they did for TLC, because Jim Bob, their dad, had talked about how like he works at a car dealership, or he owns this car dealership, and they live off of like this super small salary. And obviously like Michelle doesn't work, and they have all these kids because they don't believe in birth control. And he was like, they were popping kids out, like, because part of the thing with Quiverful, like most Christian fundamentalism, like you can't touch your, like, you're not supposed to touch your wife for 6 weeks after she gives birth. But after 6 weeks, like if your husband wants something, like you're obligated to lay down with your husband again. And so she was having like kids back to back to back up into their last baby, where the doctors basically, she got like preeclampsia, and they were like, you can't have any more children. Like, you have to be done now. But it followed their whole thing about what they did for homeschool, then all of the money that they got for the show, like they yeah, only followed Christian learning. Like the girls, the Michelle would pair up the older kids with the younger kids to help with like childcare. It was like, it's truly appalling, but I was hooked. As I look at it from my perspective now, I was like, oh my God, this is terrible. Like, I don't want to condone anyone for like their own beliefs, whatever, but like, I love my family, but my children are not my babysitters. Like, I'm not having children to watch I'm not having children so that my older children have something to like care up. Like, they would do like buddies where the older kid would watch a younger kid, and they would like split up house responsibilities. Like, it's a really crazy thing. Like, the Fundy Fridays, Jen, she covers the Duggars. Duggars are like one of the things that she covers really well. So if you're ever wanting to get like a brief, it's not brief,
I'm gonna have to go watch those
overview, yeah, you don't want to watch like the full episodes, but like, I mean, unfortunately, unfortunately it deals with a lot of we all know, or if you've seen in like main media, like Josh Duggar, the oldest brother.
That's what I've followed. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there was some essay from him to his like younger siblings. And then there was like some unfortunate things that he was like looking at on his like work computers, but because of like their hyper Christian like restrictions, they all had like flags. Like it would flag if you would go look at inappropriate things online.
Mm-hmm.
And he got caught that way, but then he also got caught by the FBI because the FBI had all of his stuff flagged. It's a big mess.
So like I remember,
but it was all on TV.
I remember hearing about the Duggars, and I remember like my mom was like, aren't you glad we're not like that? And I'm like, well, we kind of were. We kind of were.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until, so my mom had 4 kids. But it wasn't until after having my youngest brother that my mom had to have a complete hysterectomy.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember her telling me if that didn't happen, like she would have had more kids, which was insane because we adopted my sister and then we just kept taking in like stray kids,
mm-hmm.
like that were like not officially adopting them, but we just always had lots of kids at our house.
Yeah.
There was never enough money, never enough resources, and never enough attention. So just thinking about 19 children.
Yeah. Okay.
Control, like,
no. And there was nothing. Okay. So one of the craziest things, and I can't remember if it was, what sister was it that was talking about it? I can't remember. Anyways, one of the sisters, she went on a podcast and she was talking about how they got a brand deal from Campbell's Soup.
Okay.
So like Campbell's Soup came, or like whoever's the main owner of that, whatever, Kraft or whatever, dropped off like pallets of food.
Of soup?
Of soup. And it was a mix of, it wasn't just soup. So it was like, it was soup or anything that like fell under that umbrella of Campbell's.
Okay.
So it was like soup, and then there was like V8 juice and like the V8 like fusion that they like, and they had to use all of these things. So she was talking about how like they would they had eaten so much like specific cans of like Campbell's soup that she was like, I will never touch that like ever again. Or they had to find like creative ways to use up like the juice and stuff because they were so tired of having to use or to drink this juice. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like I can't even fathom. But all of this was on TV. Like they showed when Josh met Anna and like that cringe experiment.
Mm-hmm.
Like when the sisters all like met, when a lot of like the older sisters like met their spouses, like they did all of that, and it was so cringy because you couldn't kiss your partner or your husband or your whatever like before you got married, so like that was really awkward. Like I'm gonna be really honest with you, I could not imagine marrying somebody and spending the rest of my life with them without having some form of
intimacy, right?
Intimacy.
That's insane.
Like I couldn't imagine like just holding my now husband's hand and being like, oh, I know he's the one. Like I knew that he was the one, but like you need to cement that with like at least like a kiss or something. Like something, because if you can feel like, oh, this person's really important to me and like I feel connected to them, but like is it just like a long-term friendship connection, or is this like a forever like intimacy type of connection?
Because like haven't you like liked someone and they like you were like, gross. Oh, I really like them, and then all of a sudden some sort of connection happens and you're like,
oh,
yeah. I read you before we started. That's why I was like taking so long to look for it. I have a journal entry from senior year where I'm like, I like John. Maybe I don't like John. I don't know. Would it make Brian
you figure out who John was?
I don't know who John is. Which John was it?
That's so funny. I remember for that specific situation, when I was working at Red Robin many moons ago. There was another guy that worked there. And I really liked him. We got along really well. Like, we vibed really great. And I was like, oh, he seems really cool. And just like for timeline wise, it was literally when My Chemical Romance launched the Black Parade album the first time. And I remember that he bought me that CD because he knew that I really wanted it, but I was like, I'm not gonna buy it for myself, whatever. And he bought it for me, and then like he like kissed me, and then I was like, no, friend, we're good friends, like let's be buddies, but I don't want any of that.
There are so many times that I was like, I think I like this person, la 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 la, and then I kiss them, and I'm like, that was dumb.
What? That was the worst.
Glad I got that out of my system.
Well, because in your mind, you're like, oh my gosh, this person is so amazing. And then you do, and you're like, oh, this is not very good. This isn't what I wanted in my life. So anyways, yeah. So, I mean, the Duggars was kind of like a gateway thing for me. But you had posted on Instagram, kind of segue into that. Like, you had posted some polls on Instagram for shows. This or that. How did that go?
So let's go over them. And if you aren't following us on Instagram, what the heck are you doing?
Yeah.
Go over to the Instagram, the application that is Instagram. Go find us. Peak Millennials Pod.
You know that we're cool. You know that we're cool because my 16-year-old follows us.
I know.
So I was like, cool. You know that like we've got the young generation. If she follows us and thinks they're cool. Anyways, so yes, follow us at Peak Millennials Pod.
And we like to do like these little this or that kind of thing. So let's play it for reality shows. The first one I put is Jersey Shore versus The Real World. Which one do you prefer? We are Splitsky. We are Splitsky. Let's see.
You know where I fall on that scale.
So you and I both voted Jersey Shore. But there are a lot of people that voted Real World.
Oh.
And you know what? That's fair because it's different people all the time. And I told you last week I started watching season 1 of Real World. And let me tell you, it's crazy.
It's weird.
It's crazy. Yeah. I also did Laguna Beach versus The Hills.
Which we're split on that.
We are split. I loved The Hills. I loved Lauren Conrad rising above her nemesis, Kristen Cavallari, and just like doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
But you were a Laguna Beach person.
I was. I think because by the time that The Hills like came out, I was kind of preoccupied watching something else, or I was working and I just wasn't watching shows. I probably Jersey Shore. But I loved Laguna Beach. I think I liked it because they were still in high school and it was kind of like going through the like ongoing drama between Elsie, Steven, and Kristen. And which, then
like, even that is crazy because Steven is like
a goob.
Not cute. I rewatched a couple of those episodes in anticipation for this podcast. And I'm like, he's working at like a skate shop or a surf store or whatever. And like, he can't even figure out which one he wants. Goes to one person's birthday and then another person's like homecoming thing. And it's like, you can't even choose. Make your choice,
he
dude.
was a hell goob.
And then these two girls hate each other because of Steven.
Because of Steven. But I loved Steven. Steven was like the guy. Like, he was the stereotypical guy, he was like from our high school
guy.
Yeah, right? he looked like the most popular guy in school, even though he was like his brain was like a pinhead. He was just like, ooh. And even now, what's crazy is I think I sent you yesterday because they're doing a Laguna Beach reunion. Mm-hmm. And him and Kristen, if you didn't know, did their own podcast. And yeah, they have a podcast. And where is it?
I remember he was on One Tree Hill.
He was on One Tree Hill. Oh, I love
One Tree Hill too.
But yeah, he still looks the same. I sent you on TikTok.
He's gonna be on the upcoming season of The Traitors.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, another reality show. Oh.
But yeah, no. So I mean, like, that was I loved Laguna Beach, but I think what kind of set me off on the hills, and maybe it just wasn't for me, is I felt like 90% of the episode was spent in a dimly lit room. Because it was like they went to school during the day, so like obviously like they're not going to be like part of in their school stuff, and everything happened in like the same restaurant with like the same little cups with the same little tea lights, and they're all sitting around like trying to like figure out the drama. And like, yeah. But that was when we met like Brody Jenner.
Oh, he was my guy. He turned into such a doofus.
Yeah.
I loved Brody Jenner.
But anyways, not to completely sidetrack.
Wow, this upcoming season of The Traitors is going to be really great. Okay, but I loved The Hills because it follows Lauren Conrad as she goes on to, this is going to date us, to be an intern at Teen Vogue. A magazine that doesn't exist anymore. I miss those teen magazines.
Yeah, I do. Like 17 magazine. Oh, I loved those. And Teen Vogue was a good one.
At Teen People, there was one for Teen People.
What I miss is like the like the excitement.
Girl? Yeah.
Oh yeah, Cosmo Girl. The excitement of like reading a Cosmo for the first time.
Yeah.
Where it was like, ooh, I'm gonna read Cosmo, and Cosmo talks about sex. I just thought that was really funny.
I have a couple stored in my same area where I found all of my journals, so I'll have to bring those on. The next in the this and that is The Simple Life versus The Girls Next Door. Did you watch either of these shows?
I loved The Girls Next Door. I loved them.
I loved Holly Madison so bad. And I was convinced that I could be a Playboy model.
You could.
This person.
You could. You could.
I would have to be bottle blonde. I'd have to get bigger boobs.
I have pictures of you.
Let's not bring up those.
I have pictures of you bottle blonde, my friend. I sure do. But were you bottle blonde with black underneath?
Yes, there was at one point
I
that I
also
had
was like
black
that.
extensions.
Oh no, girl! I went full. I
You fully
dyed it.
committed?
Split, fully committed. It was this, and I would have to like
I
wash
love
this
it.
part. I had to wash the back separately from the top, and it would always get kind of weird. Yeah, I loved a good split hair moment. And then I kind of got to a point where I was like, I'm tired of bleaching, so I would leave it like natural like this, but then still dye the bottom half black. Oh yeah, I'll find you
Yeah.
pictures. It's
I
good.
can't
I
wait to
even
see.
photo edited them.
Did you, when you did the tanning, did you ever do the stickers?
Always.
So
Always.
my desert sun, I asked specifically if I could buy a roll of just the Playboy bunny stickers.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
I
And it
never
was
did
like
bunny. I
20
always did the
bucks.
palm tree.
The palm tree was such a
Palm
moment.
tree. Palm
But
tree.
I always put it on my hip bone that I didn't really have. But I put it there and I was like, someone special is going to see that. Nobody fucking saw that. Nobody did. You know, saw it me. And then my mom one
I
day who
love
went,
it.
"What is that?" And I
I
go,
love it.
"It's my Playboy bunny." God.
I love it. Oh. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if I can share the if it'll show. Do you see that?
Oh, that's a moment.
That was also at the first time that I ever went to a Sounders game. That was
Oh.
in 2011, so that was like late.
We don't need to show everyone my my bottle
But
blonde.
this I don't think I have any. Oh yeah, that's a whole album of picnic photos.
Oh,
for anyone that
photo
doesn't know,
editing.
yeah, picnic was
Woo.
photo editing. Um and yeah. Oh, do you want to see a photo from when we were still in high school?
Always.
Okay, so one of the people that we went to high school with, that we are both still friends with, Christina.
Mm-hmm.
She took a photo of me when we were in photography class
Oh.
because I had this necklace that my mom had got me when they were in Mexico, and she was like, "Oh, we need to do like a peacock photo shoot." And she took this photo. Okay, I'm gonna show it on the screen. It's on my Facebook, like whatever. But it's with this like masquerade mask, and
Okay.
it was one of my favorite photos of all time. But like to this day, I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Who are you? I love this photo.
Oh.
And that's like not edited really at all. But I remember like I like pushed my sleeve down and I was like, ooh, very fancy.
Ooh. I
Ooh.
love those random photo shoots because let me tell you, I miss it. Like that was what we used to do to hang out. We wouldn't go to like
Right?
a restaurant or anything. We would just go to the waterfront, to the forest, to a
Oh,
parking lot, and took pictures
yeah.
of each other.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff. Or like hard photo editing where like you would take a picture. Like I remember that when we would take like random trips to like Seattle, because that was like
Mm-hmm.
so exciting and the thing to do. And then you would like snap a photo and then you'd like upload it to photo editing, and then you would be like, oh, let me put my favorite like music quote.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have one that was, let me see. Oh yeah, it's a picture of the Space Needle. It's literally just a picture of the Space Needle like this, but the quotes are, "Tonight we are young, so let's set the world on fire, and we can burn brighter than the sun." Do you know that song, Collins? Because I do.
Tonight.
We are young.
Well, for those who do love the simple life, don't worry. Some people do love it. But Girls Next Door is winning. And then the last two or last three are quite classic. Ashley Simpson's show versus the Newlyweds. Which one did you watch?
The Newlyweds. I don't ever remember the Ashley Simpson show.
Or is it fish?
And that is it chicken or is it fish?
Isn't it fish?
I know it says chicken of the sea, but like, isn't it chicken?
Is it? I loved it. I used to watch that with my my friends in college because I had the DVDs.
But I love that so much. Just that scene was so. There were two things that I really hated about that scene. One, the way that Nick Lachey looked at her when she asked that question. I hated that. I absolutely hated it. Two, the fact that she was just eating a bowl of like raw dog tuna fish really grossed me out.
That is so interesting because that is not a choice that I would make.
Like you can put some like something in it.
Yeah. Lemon pepper or like even just a little bit of mayonnaise.
Like, but we also have to remember that was like hard diet culture time. Like diet culture was massive. So I mean, like it would make sense that she would be only having that because it's like, oh, super high protein, low fat, low calorie, blah blah blah. But if I remember correctly, she also got a brand deal.
She got a brand deal from
Chicken of the Sea.
Mm-hmm.
From that. So like,
who's the real winner here? The person getting paid. And then I put up Jackass versus Viva La Bam.
Oh, I love Bam Margera.
I love him too. I hope that he stays sober. He keeps doing what he's doing. He has a little girl now. Like he's getting on with his life.
I have to say, like, through like the Jackass era, it was not my, and I know that like people could come on and be like, oh, Bam was on both. But like in my mind, it was Johnny Knoxville and Steve-O.
Yeah.
And that curly haired guy, the blonde one. I don't remember what his name is. Some nonsense. But I think it wasn't my favorite because I didn't like the stunts. Stunts really freaked me out. One we should have put up there.
Do you know that Spike Jonze was one of the creators along with Johnny Knoxville? Yeah.
No.
Along with Jeffrey Tremaine, which is who I know him as. That is so crazy that Spike Jonze was part of it.
I think Spike Jonze was just in a lot of stuff.
That's true. But yeah, it was Johnny Knoxville, Bam, Chris Pointis.
That's who.
Yeah. Steve-O, Dave, Ryan Dunn, R.A.P.
Oh, maybe it was Ryan Dunn is the one that I'm thinking of. Photo person.
Danger. Wee Man.
Oh, Wee Man.
Oh, Wee Man.
It was Ryan Dunn. That was the one that with the beard.
R.I.P. But I say R.I.P. because Ryan Dunn did pass away. Which is what caused Bam to spiral out of control. He was already kind of on the verge of it because he's talked about how like it was popular to be like the anorexic, like really skinny dude that was just hyped up on caffeine the whole time. And it really intensified his drinking and drug use. And knowing that like he's committed to his sobriety and he's out of that insane conservatorship, I want him to do well and I want him to be good. And I want the best for his life.
It's really interesting to me to see that the people that are involved.
He has a son named Phoenix Wolf. Yeah.
I find that the people that are under conservatorships are much more like they spiral a lot harder than I think that people that are able to manage their own things. And I think it's because, much like small children, they don't have any form of control of their life, and so that they do the things that they can do to feel some sort of control, and typically it's not the best things,
and I
the
think
best choices.
These guys were making money hand over fist. Like, they were given millions of dollars to make
so
these
much
shows.
Money. Yeah.
And they've talked about how we were 18 years old, 19 years old, and given so much money and unlimited alcohol and drugs.
Yeah.
And we just did them. Yeah. Because no one told us not to do them.
No one told them that they couldn't. So they just kept going. And the more, it's like the more that they were fueled into that, like the more that they could. But that was something that was a common trend for reality shows in the early 2000s. And I would imagine that it's like that even now. Like, if you look at shows that involve any type of like drama-based show, like Love is Blind, or I think Love Island, anything like that. Like, alcohol is very, we talked about this last week, but like alcohol fuels a lot of things because it creates a sense of, it creates a sense of different person. Like, you're a different person when you drink, and that's a common thing with alcohol, is that you get braver, you feel sexier, you feel like a different person, you're able to like come out of your shell and, you know, be a better version, quote unquote, of yourself that you wouldn't be if you were sober. And I think in the shows, like for early reality TV, that alcohol created like this excitement for people to watch. And like in a show like Jackass, it gave them a sense of bravery. Like, I'm not gonna get hurt. I can do whatever I want to do.
And our full like our frontal cortexes weren't fully developed. So that's what a lot of these reality shows have capitalized on, is like, we're not making rational decisions. We're not thinking about the consequences to our actions. But I remember specifically, like, Ryan Dunn was always the one that he would do the stunts that Steve-O, who was also like an insane guy, wasn't willing to do, which is crazy. But I think the harrowing overarching part of this is like, make better choices. Now we know, make better choices. We have to make better choices in order to make a better future for ourselves and the ones around us. Yeah.
So crazy.
Well,
but I still watched it all.
Yeah.
Still
Same.
watched it all.
We watched it.
And I couldn't help it.
There are so many more reality shows that we could talk about. So if you want to talk about them, send us all of your stories, all of your questions, all of your experiences over at the Peak Millennials Pod at gmail.com, where you could win an Amazon gift card. That's right.
Yeah.
Peak Millennials Pod at gmail.com. Tell us what you think. Tell us your favorite reality show, and you could win. It's free money in this economy. Come on.
I think I'd love to hear if there's like a show that we haven't covered.
Yeah.
That was your favorite. What was your guilty pleasure of reality TV? Just let us know. We want to know. We want to hear. We love to give little shout outs. We want to hear all of the juicy deets. Tell us it all. We're here.
Tell us it all. Well, that's what we're here for. But thank you so much again for tuning in to the Peak Millennials podcast. We love you guys so much. Thank you so much for making this show such a little success that it is. So thank you.
We love it. And thank you for chatting with me.
Thank you for chatting with me.
Having our chats. This is our favorite time of the week.
It truly is. But be kind and be good to each other and stay safe. Love you.
Stay safe. Be kind, rewind. We'll see you.
Bye.